It's the garden news, it's the garden news.
Dad, it's the garden news.
Alright, sorry.
The garden news is back. I've got such an episode for you, honestly. I'm so excited. I'm going to burst. Episode 12 plus 1. Because I won't say 13. Because some people are a little bit, not suspicious, superstitious writings on the wall. For those of you that are superstitious, we won't call it 13. Episode 12 plus 1 or 14 minus 1. Whichever one you want to do. Right, got a big long list of stuff. Let's get into it.
Question: are French beans still called French beans if I grew them in Lancashire, which is not in France?
So, I'm pretty conscious that it's been that long, I think it's about 2 years, since I last did an episode of the Garden News. In that time, I've attracted a lot more people to the channel. We now have a larger family of Petals on the Paving Slabs subscribers. So, if you're not familiar with the format, 3 main things in an episode of the Garden News. First thing, I'll open up with something that's gardening related, that's newsworthy, something that's happening at the moment. We'll get a discussion started about it. I do encourage you to leave comments, please do. It makes this channel what it is. Second part of the Garden News, just have to check. Yeah, I'm using me polite fingers. I'm not using me rude fingers too. Second part of the gardening news is where there's normally photographs involved. I will either show you a photograph of something of mine and we'll encourage a chat about it, or I will ask you guys to send in photographs of a topic of my choice, as is my want. And you send those pictures to me via my email, which you can find on the About This Channel section. And then I will include those in the next episode of the Garden News. Because if you think about it, I can't do something before it's happened. Does that make sense? Yep, so you need to send me the pictures so I have them first before I can then put them in an episode. So for this one, because it's been such a while, in part 2, the second middle bit of this episode of the Garden News, I will show you a photograph of mine. I'll give it a name. That's your subject, and then I'll go poof, drop. You show me yours. And in the third part, might be a general comment that I feel I have to get off my chest again about something gardening related, or it might be a review on something I've been using in my garden recently, or it might be a question for you guys, where basically that's me saying, look, I'm not quite sure about something. What do you lot think? So we'll get to that bit when we come to it. So first of all, the first bit. Massive, massive, massive news. The Eden project. Work is well underway for gaining all the relevant planning permission that they need to build the Eden project north in Morecambe. Like 2 miles from my house. Oh my goodness. Mind blown. We in Morecambe are going to get the gardening equivalent of Disney World, and that is just amazing. Right, I know that there are people from all kinds of different countries that watch the videos on this channel. So Morecambe, you're really going to struggle spelling that if you were to try and spell it as it's pronounced. It's not one of those phonetic words. Morecambe. Google it. Find out what part of the UK Morecambe sits in. It's in the northwest corner in the beautiful county of Lancashire. And like I say, it's about 2 miles from my house. And it's just going to be absolutely amazing. So, extensive research has found me the following information. We're looking at around about an £85 million investment into the site in the town of Morecambe. It's going to be slap bang on the seafront as well. So literally right next to the sea where they're going to build it. 85 million quid getting spent on the town next door to me. that's fantastic. That is, trust me, we need your money in Morecambe. We proper need that kind of money spending. When I was a kid, Morecambe was kicking. It had loads of things going for it. Slowly but surely over the years, one by one, it's nearly all been closed down. And there's almost nothing left other than a mind-blowing view across Morecambe Bay to the southern end of the Lake District. And the Midland Hotel as well. But I mean, for years that was derelict. That was all like boarded up and shut down and disused. They've only done that up a few years ago, so there isn't much left there really. We used to have a theme park. We used to have all kinds of things going on. Massive swimming place called Bubbles. All gone, all gone. So getting the Eden project to build a site in Morecambe is like Christmas. It really is. It might be open for visitors as early as 2023. Again, that is amazing. I literally cannot wait. I'm already excited that in Manchester, Salford, they're building RHS Bridgewater. I think that's opening within about the next year. So that's already mega exciting. But Manchester's about 50 something miles from my house. Morecambe is literally, I could walk there if I wanted. Oh, bring it on. Another thing, this is brilliant as well, good piece of news. They're part of the Eden project, so it's going to have the domes, the classic iconic domes, the biosphere domes with plants inside them, but they're also going to build a 4,000 capacity outdoor arena, if you will, so that the site can also be used for events like music concerts. It's just going to be proper mega. Right, tell you what though, Sir Tim Schmidt, founder of the Eden Project, if you're watching this, mate, don't send us Ed Sheeran. Ain't nobody got time for that. Send us some decent music, please, if you're going to put concerts on at this 4,000 capacity outdoor arena. We want decent bands, right? I can name drop a decent band for you. They're from the Morecambe area as well. Massive Wagons. They are well capable of selling out a 4,000 seater gig. Trust me on this. Go and look for them on Spotify. Right. So not only is the garden part of Eden Project North going to attract a ton of visitors, just how many do you reckon? I'll come on to that. I'll tell you. Mind blown. They're also going to get visitors every time they put a concert on at this 4,000 capacity outdoor arena. Just amazing. Right, they're going to look into turning a big, at least a mile long section of the promenade into a car-free zone, which is fairly welcome, I suppose. You know you're going to get people moaning about it though, don't you? Yeah, well, I want to go to the shops on the front. Well, park somewhere else and walk. You're going to get people moaning. You know, even though there's ice caps melting because we all have too many cars and all the rest of it, global warming, you're still going to have people moaning that they now have to walk half a mile further from where they can park the car to get to one of the shops along the front. Que sera. Right, visitors, they reckon an estimated 1 million visitors a year are going to, you'll literally be driving past the bottom of the street that I live on as well to get there. So about 1 million visitors a year are going to be attracted to this site. So actually, if you think about it one way, they might make a car-free zone along the prom for about a mile, which is welcome, but 1 million people coming, that's a lot more transport, isn't it? That's a lot more cars. The council and the Eden Project and a couple of other people like Lancaster University, they are working on this to try and reduce the environmental impact. And one of the things that's been mentioned is they will push for people to use park and ride services, of which we do have in Lancaster and Morecambe. So you'll come off the M6 and you can park your car up at Lancaster and get a bus into Morecambe. It's only 2-3 miles away. It's not far at all. And work might start as early as next year, 2020. I really am proper excited about this, guys. I really am. I hope that if they do similar to what they've done to the site in Cornwall, where they have residence passes where residents can get in for free, I just hope that when they to get a compass and a pencil and draw a semicircle from the sea inland on the map that my house is within that semicircle for people eligible for a residence pass, because otherwise I'm going to have to start looking around for selling minor organs and minor appendages for medical research so that I can afford to go pretty much every day, because that's how much I want to go. I couldn't, in fact, if they let me, I'd probably want to live inside it. I'd probably want to camp there. So it's just going to be amazing. We're going to have palm trees in Morecambe. What's going on? Right, so that's my news. That is the news. That is our news. My question is, what horticultural related attractions do you live near that you like to visit? So if you're from Cornwall, you might well say the Eden Project. You might say the Lost Gardens of Halligan. Wherever you are in the world, not just the UK, what horticultural attractions do you live near that you like to go to, because it's your little piece of paradise, and every time you go you see something different, and you've over the times you've been visiting and revisiting, you've slowly fallen in love with the place. So you let me know in a comment down below. Here endeth part 1 of episode 12+1 of the Garden News.
Just a quick little random aside. This plant, what do you call it in your part of the world? Leave a comment, let me know.
So part 2, photographs. Right, I'm going to call this episode's part 2, Show Us Your Squashes. So here's a picture of mine. Now, if it wasn't copyrighted, right now you would be listening to but it's copyrighted, and I'm a really teeny weeny channel, can't afford to pay for the publisher's rights for it, so you get no music with this. Saying that, I'll tell you what, have a little bit of royalty free. Thank goodness for royalty free music. So here's our squashes that we've grown this year at the allotment. Butternut squashes. Please don't ask me the variety, I can't remember. We do badly with the ink that we're using on the labels, although someone very kindly in a recent video did suggest that I use a pencil. Why I didn't think of that, I'm not sure. For a clever lad, I can be quite dense sometimes. So thank you, whoever that was that said they used a pencil instead. These are our squashes. Now, we have had a brilliant year for squashes because we grew all different types of squashes this year. Mainly thank you to Kelly from My UK Homestead, who sent us earlier on in the year, just at the start of the growing season, she sent us an enormous wodge of seeds. Tell you what, Kelly, we are not going to starve in our house thanks to you. I'll put the link to Kelly's channel in the description for this video. If you're not already there, please go and check her out. She's fantastic. So these are they were our squashes, right? What we'll do now is I'm going to ask you, you send me pictures of some of the squashes or pumpkins. Let's not be pumpkinist about this. Squashes / pumpkins that you've grown this year on your little piece of paradise, wherever you grow your stuff, right? You send me them pictures, and then in the next episode of the Garden News, which will be episode 14, because I'm getting a bit confused because I've gone from 12 and a bit, because we can't say 13. Can't say 13, it's unlucky. The sky's going to fall in. So I've gone from 12 to 12 plus something to 14. So episode 14 it'll be. That's when I will show your pictures of the squashes or pumpkins that you've grown this year. Now, the only kind of rule, just to kill a little bit of the fun that I'm going to put into it, is these pictures that you send me, no obscenity, no weird stuff, no nudity, no nothing like that. This is a family channel, and I want to keep it that way, okay? So no like amusingly shaped ones that you've put where you bits should, no, let's not go there, right? However, if you want to be humorous with it, please crack on. I will sit back and let you entertain me. If you want to throw a bit of humour into your pictures, bring it on. And I'll give you a top tip. When I show the pictures, I will name you and your channel on the pictures. So, if you've got your face in the picture, it helps people recognise when they go looking for your channel. Top tip. That's my gift to you, my wonderful viewers and subscribers. And if you're just a viewer and not a subscriber, why the hell haven't you clicked on that subscribe button yet? Right, anyhow. So, there was our picture. Show us your squashes. My email address is in the About This Channel page on my YouTube channel's homepage. Go to my homepage. If you haven't got a clue what I'm on about, click on the name Petals on the Paving Slabs. That will take you to my homepage. It's one of the tabs along the top. It's the last tab on the right hand side along the top, About This Channel. On there you'll find my email address. That's where I'd love it if you sent me your pictures of your squashes. Show us your squashes.
Coming up really soon is part 3 of this episode of the Garden News. But first, here's a picture of some petals on a paving slab. Because if you've been following my channel all over this summer, you'll know that I've ripped up nearly all of the paving slabs in my backyard and I've replaced it with a food forest. So I just get a little bit nostalgic about the concrete. We don't have as much concrete anymore, but I used to like the beauty of the flower petals falling onto the ugly concrete. And what that says about me, I'm not quite sure, but I like it. Right, here's part 3.
Part 3, and this episode I have chosen to do a little bit of a review. Okay, so it could be anything in this part of an episode of the Garden News. I do like a little bit of randomness, so I'll mix this part up just to keep you all on your toes, and it keeps me on my toes as well, which is always a good thing. So the review this week is, now I change my mind about these things like so often. It's untrue. I suppose it matches whatever mood I'm in at the time, but when people ask you what's your favourite whatever that might be, to be asked the question, what's my favourite gardening book? Well, at the moment, it's this one. It's called Flowerpedia. And who's it by? Cherilyn Darcy. Cherilyn Darcy. Flowerpedia by Cherilyn Darcy. And the reason at the moment, I have been for quite a few months actually, the reason this is my favourite book, if I was asked and I had to give like a quick fire answer, my favourite gardening book, let's not get into other books. As you can see, I'm a bit of a reader, so I've got all kinds of favourite books, but my favourite gardening book at the moment is this one. And the reason is because you'll know if you've seen any of my Meaning of Plants videos. I am interested in, I think the proper name for it is ethnobotany, and it's a study of the relationship between people and their plants. Now that is quite a wide subject. That might be in the sense of a certain tribe in a South American rainforest, and how that one particular tribe that lives in one specific geographical area has a relationship with a particular plant because it's their only available food source. Or it might be myths and folklore, cultural legends amongst certain populations of people from all over the world to do with particular plants and what it symbolises to them in that culture. And this book is full of little bits like that. So, for example, to some people, I sounded like I'm doing one of my Meaning of Plants video there, isn't it? In some cultures, because you might have noticed I try and put on a relaxing voice when I do the Meaning of Plants. Perfect face for radio, this. Concentrate on the voice. So, in some cultures, the pistachio tree, or in Latin, Pistachia vera, means promiscuity. I think that's something a little bit rude. I won't explain what, because this is a family channel, but Google it. Make sure the adult setting is on safe or whichever way around it should be. Make sure your search setting is on safe, and then you don't get pictures of filth. But if you don't know what the word means, Google promiscuity. Who would have thought it, though? The humble pistachio symbolises promiscuity. I will never put those nuts in my mouth the same way. Oh my word. Swiftly moving on. So that's part 3 finished. That's my current favourite gardening book, Flowerpedia by Sherilyn Darcy. Question time. Let me know in a comment underneath, guys. What is your favourite gardening book? If you've not got a favourite gardening book, just don't answer. But if you have, let me know. Or if I can't corner you into giving me one, give us a few. Because you'll do a couple of things by letting me know what your favourite gardening book is. First of all, selfishly, it's all about me. You will be giving me ideas for books, if I haven't come across the books you say, for me to get hold of and read and enjoy. Because as I mentioned, I am a bit of a bookworm. I do enjoy reading. Every single night I will read something, every night without fail. It has to be like the end of the world for me not to have a book in my bed with me. So that's one of the things you'll do. You'll give me ideas for new books to go and discover. Secondly, in a similar kind of vein, following on from that, you're letting other people know, because you're leaving it in a comment, so you're giving other people ideas as well. So it's all about that community aspect, sharing our knowledge, sharing our favourite things and our passions with like-minded people here on this channel. Speaking of a channel, thank you, because it's you that watch these videos that make this channel whatever it is, whatever it means to you. It's you that makes it that, because you watch them, you comment with them, you give me thumbs up, hopefully, or when I crack a joke that's not funny. I have noticed I do get the odd thumbs down. So thank you to you, because it's you that make this channel what it is. It really is. Please leave your comments, because that's like putting salt into the gravy of Petals on the Paving Slabs. Your comments are the salt that make it taste good, right? You really do add the flavour. So there will be another episode soon. I have got about 6 different meaning of plants videos all cooking on my phone at the moment. So in the next week or 2, I'll start drip feeding those onto my uploads. So look out for more of those. I also aim, fingers crossed, weather allowing, to get to my allotment plot this weekend. We're in early October, so we'll see how that goes, though. It depends on the weather, really. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, it'd be brilliant if you give this video a thumbs up. It'd be even more brillianter if you leave some comments as well, because I have asked a couple of questions of you in this episode. And it'd be even brillianter if you subscribe if you haven't already. Why not? Because if you subscribe now, you can say you knew me before I got massive, yeah? Because you've got away in big, haven't you? Right, so there's my book. I'm getting into bed. I'm going to read which other plants are promiscuous. This is quite filthy, actually. Who would have thought that gardening could be so rude? Right then, see you later, guys. Thanks for watching.
This is Ruby. Ruby likes gardening. What Ruby doesn't have is a flower growing out of her head. She's standing in front of a painting. What Ruby does have is a dad called Stu that makes her work hard helping him in the garden, and then sometimes forgets to pay her pocket money. Don't be like Stu, be like Ruby. Love your garden and be grateful to those that help you in your garden.